Извини, но свидание отменяется. Выполняй свою миссию.
Oh, baby, a triple!
It's 2007. Your budget dev team has one hit under its belt, and it's a little too quirky for the mainstream. COD 4 is about to launch and send shockwaves throughout the FPS market, so how about a military shooter? Of course, that's not enough to satisfy our quirked up white boy dev team, so let's throw in some zombies. I swear, that had to be how the conversations went in the meeting rooms of Digital Spray back in the day. You remember them, they were one of the studios behind You Are Empty. That game was set in an alternate reality Soviet Union where a failed experiment mutates the population into all kinds of horrors. Soviet skeletons, big titty slasher vixens, more urban spelunking than you can shake a fucking stick at. With Instinct, they aimed for something more grounded and serious. Gone were the alternate realities. Instead, we got a gritty military shooter spiced up with some zombie elements. Still, they weren't about to deliver anything too straightforward. They had to pull out every trick in the book to make this thing as confusing as possible. Most of the cutscene dialogue happens between characters we never get to meet, and when we're not getting exposition dumps from old Soviet leaders, we're busy reliving the same few hours from 3 different characters' perspectives. It makes the whole thing feel a bit all over the place. The editing bay is where I finally started piecing things together, and even now I can think of half a dozen loose ends that I'm too afraid to mention. The super fans in the comments section are gonna blow me up. Hoo-wee! To be fair, the English translation was surely an afterthought, as the whole game's subbed, not dubbed, so there was probably a fair bit my dyslexic ass missed. That said, if you're looking to kill an afternoon with some genuine Shlovchedka FPS titles, Instinct is gonna pop up sooner or later. Let's get started.
Сижу тут один, как дурак. А так всегда и бывает.
So our boy White over here is down bad about some chick named Arrow. Kinda seems like he treated her pretty shitty, and so I don't know what we're supposed to feel about him. He wishes he never left the military, and that's when...
И вся моя жизнь дерьмо!
Yeah, I don't know if that was a flashback or something, but now our boy's driving a truck with some other guy.
Главное внезапность, а там разберемся.
Звучит оптимистично.
Whoa, what the hell is this? Like, I assume we're breaking into that place, but like, where are we?
Ждали, суки! Выдерживайтесь!
Okay, so this definitely isn't a stealth mission, and it looks like we're playing as the black-haired guy, not White. What is his name, Eighth? Eighth?
Рываются.
Yeah, guns have pretty nasty recoil in this game. The TTK whoa! Damn it, we're already doing an on-rails segment. Probably gotta push a button, right? No, it's broken? Alright, let's see where this leads. We don't have a sprint button? Man, hope no train comes. We're gonna have to power walk away from it. Okay, this is where we push the button, right? I think since on-rails missions are just aim and shoot, they're pretty boring. Look out, buddy, we're about to hit some shit. Oh, no way! What are we gonna find down here? We actually don't know, because the story hasn't told us anything yet. Ho-ho, what's up these stairs? Dude, I gotta know what the hell my spray pattern's like. I really just pull down and I'll be good? Okay, I'll try it. Should've known, he was one shot.
Заскучал без меня?
With all the in-game dialogue happening, I kinda think there's gonna be a language barrier. Okay, now I watched you spawn in. It's a good thing you weren't going any faster, we could have been in danger. These guys I could fight, but I feel like this is once again where I should just hold my breath. What are you doing there, guy? Oh, am I supposed to join you? We're leaving the truck? Glad you're not fearful of this gas.
Мы в срочном порядке направляем отряд Альфа на точку конфликта.
By the grace of God, there is English subtitles in all of these cutscenes. Through that, we can learn that we're soldiers for the Russian army, and the general's got a mission for us. We need to go capture one Professor Vosk. Oh, and by the way, Irina's coming with us. You know Irina, right? Alright, boys, it won't be easy, so go get him.
Чё-то тихо здесь.
Сплюнь.
Ненавижу тишину. Двери заблокированы.
So I think White says something like, hey, you go up there and I'll ride inside the elevator and I guess we'll flank them or something. Whoa, what is this pop-up? Is that how we get the story translated for us? That must be the journal. I gotta remember to check that from time to time. So we push on and what happened up here? I'm playing as a murderer, but I'm supposed to be freaked out by all these dead guys? Come on, I've made more bodies than this. Whoa, what's about to happen? I got the WWE music. Is that the Undertaker? Oh no, it's two zombie twins. Oh, and their third zombie brother. Quadruplets? Well, that ain't the play. Damn, we are really getting swamped. Oh man, those were the explosive kind, huh? So White and Nate do talk through the PDA. White lets us know that the elevator's stuck, and he needs some help. You can start hearing a woman's voice and a man's voice talking to each other. In hindsight, I now recognize that this is when I should have been checking my PDA because I can learn what this conversation means, but we're just gonna have to be in the dark for a little bit longer. There's an interesting mechanic that whenever the player sees a number pad, they always know what the code is. Since we hacked into a system, a self-defense gas seems to release itself upon the premise. Arrow lets us know that if we go to the basement of this building, we can turn it off. With White stuck in the elevator still, we better hurry. Oh fuck, buddy, you alright? Were we supposed to wonder if White got turned into a zombie? Also, what's this machinery to the right? Here's the plan. You're gonna attack the Western Division. I'll go Arrow's way and switch off the basement power supply and take out the network. What are either of these men actually supposed to be doing? Those are nonsense words. Next cutscene, we get a shot of this fine gentleman gazing out into the countryside. Oh, but he sees something. He sees a big, huge ball of fire. What could that be? And I guess it brought about an instant nuclear winter. Then some brave souls make it out there and find that big beeping thingy. Better take it back to the lab for testing. Oh shit, Carl, this thing's heavy. Looks like something you'd get at a gift shop. Boys, this is probably nothing. Let's wrap it up. Meanwhile, back in Moscow.
Догнать и перегнать Запад в новейших научных разработках.
Nikita Khrushchev, what are you doing here? Do you think that thing they found is some sort of interstellar power weapon? Cause it might be. Yeah, guy, go get him. Go head the research and go take down the US. Ha ha ha. Guess that was just a little insight as to what the story is gonna be doing, cause right now we gotta finish the mission. Go down to the basement and take out the network or something like that. Wait, these are bullshit springs. I'm not bouncing. Oh, I see we got a PDA message to read. Let's check it out. Arrow's like, bud, I gotta turn off some fans, and 8th just hates that. So they agree to meet in the security room. It'd be a shame if these zombies ever did anything more than just walk at you. Uh-oh, going down.
Ба, кто пришел? Ты жива еще, моя старушка?
Hey, she did it. Alright, I guess now we can go down that fan? Not get chopped to bits like this is Clanker's Cavern in Banjo-Kazooie?
Разрешите, товарищ первый.
Сидите, сидите. Докладывайте.
Given that we saw Khrushchev in the last cutscene, and he was at peak relevance in the late 50s, early 60s, I kind of think that we're witnessing a flashback where work is first beginning to develop whatever turned out to be this Z-virus thingy. The professor asks for more supercomputers, citing that the rest of the world has them, and the coordinator says, we'll talk later.
Это провал. Мы отброшены на десятилетия назад.
So the coordinator's talking to the scientist about somebody named Yurislav Fuchs and his ideas turning out to be bullshit. I don't think the story has mentioned this person at all, so I googled them in case they're like a real scientist, couldn't find any evidence. I combed through the footage, couldn't find their name anywhere. I'm gonna cross my fingers that later in the game we'll get cutscenes that explain what the hell's going on, so let's just move on for now.
8-й прием. Есть разговор. Как понял? Гений. На связи.
8th, I have the protovirus. We need to talk? What's going on? I don't think our characters have been exposed to any exposition about a virus, or really know anything other than we're going to some place to break out a scientist guy. And we don't know if that guy's good or bad. Hell, I'm pretty sure they don't even know why there's zombies here. This game doesn't feature anything like an audio log or journal entries to read. And look, I did miss a couple of the PDA messages from earlier, but that was just a few at the very beginning of the mission when things were more wrapped up around making our way through this place, not dealing with zombies. I kinda think there's just some missing story beats here. So maybe let's just move forward. There's zombies in the world, it's because of a virus, we'll go from there. Hey, speak of the devil, boys, I'm gonna guess that you're the devs. Do you guys know what the fuck's going on? Did you guys know what you were writing? You flipping us off? Do you know what the fuck's going on right now? You know, I gotta hand it to them. One thing that I think this game did pull off well is its level design. This certainly feels like I'm walking around some sort of complex, hidden bunker science place. There's just so many hallways and so many rooms that serve no gameplay function. They're kind of just set design for this to be a believable place. And you know, I like that. That's the kind of thing that keeps me going on a game like this. Thank you, Digital Spray. No arrow, arena, no? I'm sure that was something, but I want to look inside of every stall. Ooh, goodies. Game is starting to introduce a new mechanic, and that is certain keypads won't open unless we find these giant keycard things. I actually appreciate that they make them so big. I hate when it's a little tiny thing sitting on the desk, and you walk by it a million times, never even notice it's there.
Мы близки к разгадке. Вирус убивает себя через несколько секунд, но склонностей к мутациям не обнаружено.
Once again, the story falls back on whether or not they're gonna have enough money to finish the project, which I think is kind of interesting, you know, like, I'm sure, realistically, a government would be thinking these things, and so would a medical team, but the player has no involvement with the economy of the government, so, I don't know, talk about something more interesting. Talk about the virus, please. Now that's a new enemy type. I get that this is kind of like walk through the hallway and shoot some dudes the game, but things are getting a little too repetitive. Ah yes, I knew the makers of You Are Empty had more East Block Bioshock vibes to give. I wonder how we're supposed to navigate this one. Well, bottoms up. Game's really showing off. We got 3 switches to flip this time? Oh, only one of them work. Huh. Could this be our solution? What if instead we just button mash? Yeah, there we go. Wait, buddy, did you drink the sample of the prototype virus? We were supposed to just collect it, I think.
Так, группа. Ставлю боевую задачу. Незаметно вытащить профессора с территории базы.
So the timeline for this is clearly all over the place, and I think What might be happening is that in the cutscenes where we talk to the professor, we are seeing it through the lens of Mr. First, and now we are playing as a guy named Eighth. So maybe after several decades of trying to work with this virus, we're playing as the 8th commander, who is no longer trying to fund the virus, but now in charge of trying to rally it back and make sure that it doesn't get out to the rest of the world. Literally my best guess. We've got 2 rescue teams. We're a part of the first. We're going in. Oh great, and look at that. The helicopter is crashing for some reason. One of the pilots is dead, the other's wounded, so Rescue Team 2 is supposed to take the wounded pilot back to base, while Rescue Team 1 goes and finishes the mission. This is a miracle. We're finally getting so caught up on the timeline. It looks like Irina, aka Arrow, is taking a stealth route up to the base. I guess to hedge their bets or something. The other 2 guys in the intro mission were using that truck to just do an all-out assault into the base. In hindsight, I think these were the most heated portions of really any mission in the game, because these guys don't play like zombies. They chase you down a little bit, and they got projectiles. It's kind of annoying how not so great the guns are, but I think everything else is pretty decent, so I can tolerate crappy recoil. Now this mines area was pretty annoying. This is actually like the 3rd or 4th time I tried it. Since you don't move fast, you just have to trigger them and then back up as quickly as you can and try and mitigate as much damage as possible. Thankfully it's pretty short, and this is actually the only time you even need to learn how to navigate the mines, so yeah. Terrific hiding spot you got there, guy.
Стрела, стрела, прием.
Здорово, мальчики.
So the boys let Arrow know that they got in okay, and she's doing fine herself. We're gonna proceed with the mission.
Ой, хвалю, боец. А я уже не мечтал вырваться на природу.
So here we get a flashback that I really can't tell if it's like a fantasy from one of the members, or if this is to demonstrate how they've been on missions together, they return home safely, and they still enjoy each other's company. Because White seems to have some sort of infatuation with Arrow, but at the same time, we've seen nothing in the game's cutscene or story to suggest that this is any more than fanfiction I've written.
Еще нет, но близко.
Видела здешнюю мерзость?
Arrow makes it safe into the base, and 8th asks if she's seen anything funny yet. She says, "Commandos? Yeah, I can handle them." But he's not talking about the commandos. The elevator's stuck and they're going to need some help, so she suggests she find a code to try and break White out. Eight says he hacked in to find the code, but this sets off the alarm. A rehash of what we learned earlier.
Восьмой! Восьмой!
Oh, go figure, there's zombies. Now we're sort of starting to retrace the steps of 8 earlier, a theme that the latter half of this campaign is really going to get their money's worth out of. That lever fell off the wall and somebody's put up the perfect length boards to magically get across.
Стрела, чего молчишь?
So now we need to go start that ventilation stuff. Oh, not so tough now, are you, bud?
Кто пришел? Ты жива еще, моя старушка?
Не ждали. Выключаю вентиляцию. Грейся.
Okay, so there definitely had to have been a thing between these two characters at some point, and we don't really know what broke them up, and maybe right now Arrow is reminiscing? I don't know, it's like the subbest of subplots, so I really don't care. We're gonna move on from this.
Слушай, разблокируй дверь, которая ведет в твою часть вивариума.
White shares that he found the antidote, so I'm gonna guess that they both have some sort of zombie disease from their days together. I guess this game is all a metaphor for like an STD. The waves of zombies just keep coming and coming, and their tactics never switch up, it's just that their numbers grow. It's kind of fun though, since you can anticipate their movement so well, you can really just use the environment in your favor. Still, I kind of wish they did maybe a little bit more with the combat. I mean, there's only the one shotgun zombie. Why aren't there more types of zombies?
У меня гости. Дверь пока отменяется.
And like here we get an example of how the military could be interacting with zombies. Come on, guys, do more like this. I think this was the one scripted segment I've noticed. So it seems like Arrow might have walked into a dangerous place that White wants to warn her about, but I find it weird that he doesn't articulate the danger, he just says like, no, follow my orders, you can't go there. So of course she goes to fight a couple more dudes because she's been fighting dudes this whole time.
Извини, но свидание отменяется. Выполняй свою миссию.
Oh no, hope White doesn't show up and see. White! Come on, Capcom, are you serious? That's how you're gonna kill off this character? Is in a dumbass cutscene? You know, I guess we never stopped and asked, who are those military guys and why are they fighting us?
Мой изначальный план провалился.
So this is the conversation where we actually learn what the hell's going on. The coordinator lets 8 know that they're actually going in to retrieve this virus, which turns people into zombies. So 8th, the commander of this mission, knew the whole time that that's what him and his men were getting into. And what the hell is this explosion thing I put ticking sounds on? We pick up with White, and he's got to be just torn to pieces from this whole thing. His journey's got him going through much more medically oriented places, which I think clues him in on the fact that this was all man-made. Same. He's really just got this big gauntlet of dudes, both military and zombie, to fend off. How did I know those guys were going to be there? Because I died to this too many times. Guys, at this point, I'm just glad this got published. Ooh, where does this lead to? And what is that? Minigun! Okay, that was easy. Are we about to, like, discover some sort of, like, biogenetic human growth laboratory or something? That'd be kind of a cool finish, right? Right, guys? Ah yes, we're going up the tower to the mad scientist lair, right?
Поймите, это безумие.
It's sheer madness, the professor says. No, you're thinking incorrectly. A nuclear bomb can destroy a city, but nuclear energy can power the same city for decades. We need to use the zombies to power Russia.
Нога!
The professor kind of gets freaked out by White's presence, and then White demands the protovirus. Professor's like, coming right up! We get to see the effects of the Z virus, or whatever they're calling it, and it is horrifying. We learn that 9 out of 10 people who have been infected with the virus died, except one guy's still fighting, and he's like tough as hell. In fact, he's so tough that he has the ability to explode carbon-based life forms with his mind. So the original coordinator, he shoots the professor in the leg and leaves him for dead, steals his research, and books it. Boom, killing man time again. I assume now White's just trying to regroup with Arrow and maybe 8th, and I assume we're moving in the right direction. There's only one way you can go. Ooh, no, I've seen platforming like this before.
Да что ты там творишь, твою мать? Уходи!
So this is the spot that White tells Arrow to not approach. I think it's because he doesn't want her to get infected too, but I thought he had the doctor infect him, so I don't know what his motive is. I'm sorry, but I'll have to cancel our date. Complete the mission, White. What? So she was fantasizing about him? And she also said that while fighting all those guys earlier?
Нет! Нет, Ира! Ирка!
Ladies and gentlemen, we finally broke White. 8 stumbles upon him and notices that he's not looking so good. White's pretty upset about Arrow, to say the least, and puts it all together that 8's kind of behind all of it. At least he's the reason they're there, and he didn't warn him at all about the virus. So White does what any man would do with this crazy protovirus, and, well, just explodes 8 on the spot. White is Hulk bursting with all these powers now, and he is just ready to use them. One of the best parts of his newfound abilities is that he can regenerate health. Of course, he can't make his bullets hit any harder, so I don't know, this doesn't quite... What is happening?
Кто это?
The coordinator tries to cut White a deal, but he doesn't know that White's already lost the love of his life. White agrees to meet him in a rocket shaft, but not before threatening the shit out of him. We start to play a game of follow the red light, and that leads us to a backtracked path to escape this place. Dude, I don't know if you can tell with this, but the music just kind of comes and goes, and so it's been so difficult to edit this video to make sure there's no prolonged silence or blaring music as well.
Через пару минут от всей этой мрази мокрого места не останется.
Since White is one of the infected men who seem to have only gotten stronger from this virus, the coordinator does indeed steal his blood.
Получи гонорар.
He tries to put us down for the count, but do you know who you're messing with, guy?
Это тебе от стрелки привет, ублюдок.
You know, I kinda like that. Next thing we know, White is about to fire off the missile that I guess is just here, and good thing it is, because he gets to blow up the wreckage. At this point, I assume we're supposed to escape, but it's kinda up to White what we do, and he's a loose cannon. Whoa, 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 what is going on here? I guess the base that we're at is just sustaining fire from the military, probably because they know their secret is about to get blown if we escape. Hang on, are these guys dropping the rope and then just falling down? That's totally what they're doing. I guess they didn't want to Oh, they couldn't even program that guy to fall. I'm glad I could climb that missed ladder segment. Wait, really? Really? Is this the end of the game? Last thing we think about is how there was a gap in the ladder? Okay, we'll take it. GG's, we beat Inscription. Or, Instinction. No, Instinct.
Я Mr. White.
Well, that was certainly one of the FPS games of all time. I think if it had a little bit better shooting, the game would have been considerably more enjoyable. Also, what the hell was this like crazy back and forth with the plot happening at different times? I think a little bit of tightening there would have been good. Same with tightening of the level design, they kind of drug on. But anyways, that's the game. Thanks for watching, everybody. I hope you liked this one. I personally kind of thought this was a little bit more boring compared to some of the other stuff I did. But like, I'm trying to push myself to just make stuff, even if I don't feel like making stuff. Now there's a resource for other people to watch instead of just wondering and then maybe spending like 5 hours of their time to play this game. This game did take me about 5 hours. That's including pausing to walk away, also restarting a bunch because there were some crashes. I hope the game works well for you. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time.